the secret bloodline, the religious conspiracy in the shadow of history. Welcome to the Inspire and Reflect channel, the place where we explore the hidden mysteries of history and spirituality together. Before we embark on this fascinating journey, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future content. Your comments are essential to me. Share your thoughts and questions below, and together we will delve deeper into these mysteries. Today, we will examine one of the most controversial and least discussed theories in religious history, the secret bloodline, and how it may have influenced the formation of major religions, power institutions, and even modern society. According to the theory we will explore, there exists an ancient bloodline originating from the pre-biblical Middle East, which has preserved and transmitted esoteric knowledge for millennia. This genealogical lineage has not manifested publicly, but has acted from the shadows, influencing the formation of major religions and crucial moments in history. We are not talking about popular theories related to the bloodline of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene, but about something much deeper and older, a lineage that predates the Abrahamic religions and may have even influenced their formation. Common symbols and connections between religions. It is remarkable how symbols such as the triangle, the all-seeing eye, the tree of life, and certain sacred numbers 3, 7, 12, 40 appear in nearly all major religious traditions worldwide. Coincidence or evidence of a common source? Let's analyze some of these symbols. The triangle and Trinity, found in Hinduism, Trimurti, Christianity, Holy Trinity, and many other spiritual traditions. The Great Flood, present in over 200 different cultures and religions worldwide, with similar details. The Savior born of a virgin, an archetype found in numerous traditions, from Horus in ancient Egypt to Jesus in Christianity. Serpent symbolism appears as a symbol of knowledge and wisdom in seemingly unrelated traditions. These similarities may suggest the existence of an original mother religion, whose teachings were fragmented and adapted into different cultures while preserving their symbolic essence. Inner circles and secret societies. Throughout history, we have seen the emergence of initiatory groups that seem to preserve certain esoteric knowledge: the Eleusinian mysteries in ancient Greece, the Essenes, the Knights Templar, the Rosicrucians, the Freemasons, and many more. These organizations share several common elements: oaths of secrecy, similar symbolism adapted to the era and place, access to knowledge reserved only for worthy members. The question arises, are these organizations independent, or do they represent different manifestations of the same transmission line of sacred knowledge? Hidden manuscripts and apocryphal texts. The discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Nag Hammadi Library, and other ancient texts has brought to light alternative versions of dominant religious narratives. These texts, often suppressed by authorities, offer fascinating perspectives on a more complex and nuanced spiritual tradition than that presented in canonical texts. The Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, the Book of Enoch, and other apocryphal texts contain references to secret knowledge transmitted only to chosen disciples, suggesting the existence of an esoteric tradition parallel to public religion. The bloodline and temporal power. One of the most provocative claims of this theory is that members of this supposed bloodline have occupied strategic positions of power throughout history, from priests and kings in antiquity to key figures in the church, nobility, and more recently in finance and politics. If we examine the genealogy of European royal families, banking elites, and political leaders, we notice surprising connections that transcend national and religious boundaries. Ancient knowledge and technological achievements. Ancient civilizations such as Egypt, Sumer, and the Maya demonstrated remarkable astronomical, mathematical, and architectural knowledge for their presumed level of development. Structures like the pyramids of Giza, Stonehenge, and sites in South America exhibit precise astronomical alignments and advanced mathematical principles. The theory of the secret bloodline suggests that this knowledge was not lost, but preserved and transmitted through generations of initiates, influencing scientific and technological progress at key moments in history. Hidden symbolism in art and architecture. Religious and secular art, as well as sacred architecture from different eras, contain symbols and codes that may be signatures of this esoteric tradition. From Gothic cathedrals to Renaissance paintings, we can identify common elements that transcend artistic styles and cultural contexts. The golden ratio, sacred geometry, and certain symbolic compositions appear repeatedly, suggesting a common visual language understood by initiates. Implications for understanding religious history. If this theory holds elements of truth, we would need to reconsider the foundations of religious history. Major religions would no longer appear as separate and sometimes contradictory belief systems, but as different cultural expressions of the same essential truths, adapted for different times, places, and levels of understanding. Religious conflicts could be seen as results of the loss of original understanding rather than fundamental differences in belief. Critical analysis of the theory. Any theory of this magnitude requires rigorous critical analysis. We must ask ourselves, what concrete evidence exists to support this theory? How can we distinguish between coincidences, natural cultural influences, and a supposed conscious coordination? What are the limits of symbolic interpretation, and when do we risk falling into the trap of pareidolia, the tendency to see meaningful patterns where none exist? Spiritual perspective. Beyond the conspiratorial aspect, this theory raises profound questions about the nature of human spirituality. If there are universal spiritual truths that transcend formal religions, how can we access and integrate them into our lives? Perhaps the true bloodline is not a literal, genetic one, but a spiritual transmission, an awakening of a higher consciousness available to all who seek sincerely and openly. Conclusion and invitation to reflection. Whether this theory contains elements of truth or is merely a fascinating construct, it invites us to look beyond the surface of religious history and contemplate the possibility of deeper connections between humanity's spiritual traditions. Perhaps the true conspiracy is not one of power and control, but of preserving sacred wisdom in times of spiritual darkness, with the hope that one day humanity will be ready to rediscover it in its entirety. Thank you for watching this video until the end. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe to the Inspire and Reflect channel, and share the video with those interested in deep spiritual topics. Your comments are essential. Share your thoughts, questions, and perspectives. What do you think about this theory? Do you believe there is truly a secret spiritual tradition that transcends formal religions? Have you noticed symbols or connections that might support this idea? Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and continue seeking the truth beyond appearances.